Speed is everything. But that doesn't mean there's not a dark side. If you made $10 million, by all means, you should be set for life. But if it took you 500 years to do it, suddenly you're only making 20 grand a year. That's an extreme example, but if you're selling on Etsy right now and you see a few sales coming in, but it's moving slower than you had hoped, then this video is for you. I've been a programmer for over a decade at this point, so I've always had an obsession with speed. If I can save 20 minutes in one task and 40 minutes in another, suddenly that adds up to hours of time saved at scale. And when I started selling AI art as digital products on Etsy almost a year and a half ago, I did exactly that. Today, I'm doing months like this, and I work on my shop for about 1 hour a week. And this thing just works in the background and sells while I sleep. Now, I'm about to show you how to cash out on Etsy without spending thousands of hours to get there. This all started because I faced the exact same issues with speed that you might be facing. I knew there had to be a faster way to grow on Etsy without being glued to my computer. So for the last year, I built a system to speed up everything. From uploading, to mockups, to upscaling files, and it ended up becoming my dream software business. Just to be transparent, the tools I'm about to cover in this video cost money to use, and that money goes to my business. But that's the whole reason this stuff is good, and why sellers are actually moving 10 times faster by using them. For example, we're about to launch a new feature that completely automates the Google Drive and PDF workflow. So the software will upload your files to Google Drive, create a shareable link, insert it into a PDF of your choice, and attach it directly to Etsy as the digital file. No more clicking around to create folders in Google Drive or manually updating links in your PDF. So if you're interested in saving time and making more money with your digital products business, then this video is for you. This is specifically for digital art sellers on Etsy. So sellers like Lexington Prints here, who have over 44,000 sales and over 130K in estimated revenue. To prep the artwork, we crop it into these 5 sizes. Then we upscale each one so it's large enough for buyers to print out and frame without looking pixelated. Now we have to do these 5 crops and upscales for each of our art designs, and Lexington has almost 1,000. So keep that in mind. The next step is posting our listings to Etsy. That means prepping these 10 listing image mockups by pasting our art in one by one, plus writing a unique title for the product, 13 keyword optimized tags, and a description. Now, if you're an absolute whiz, you can move through these at a pretty fast pace. I posted over 100 listings when I first started out using this manual method, and I had like 5 Etsy tabs open at once so I could bulk upload 5 listings at a time. But when it came time to upload, I was just clicking around like a maniac. But today, we're living in the age of artificial intelligence and actual robots. So as a software programmer, I knew this wasn't the only way. So over a few months, I saved myself hours and hours of time by writing a script that would loop through my art designs and crop those 5 files, upscale each one, and in the same motion, paste the art into 10 mockups. Doing that freed up an entire day every week for me, or more. But now I still had to upload all these files and mockups to Etsy, plus write the title, tags, and description for each one. So this is where I went all in, building a much more advanced AI integrated software app that did all these steps in the background. I'm definitely nowhere near this level, but I got inspired by Steve Jobs and the way he stripped away everything complicated about a phone, and what was left was the iPhone. I wanted to do that too, but for AI art sellers on Etsy. So with my software, that means I just drop in my giant tree of folders, click one button to write titles and tags for each art listing using AI, and I can even use an automated system to write descriptions in bulk, even if I want to add custom notes about the artwork like this. And FYI, there are no fancy gimmicks here. The AI actually analyzes one of your mockups in the app and writes highly optimized SEO titles and tags, making sure they're as long and keyword packed as possible. These tools are only getting more powerful, and because of that, I've turned off the 7-day free trial in the AI Art Sellers Collective. To get these tools, you need to join the community with intention, knowing that you're not half in or half out with this business, but instead you're all in, like Four Sisters Print Shop. This seller scaled to over 1,000 listings in just over a year of business, and they already have over $60,000 in estimated revenue because they were clever and charged premium prices from day one. $60K in your first year of any one-person business is incredible. And I have no doubt that they'll scale to 6 figures and 7 figures since they understand that by combining quantity and quality, they have a little army of listings marching across Etsy bringing in sales. Now, it might take hundreds of hours to get to that level of listings by hand, but with my system, I've seen it happen in just a few weeks. So if you're serious about building a business that runs while you sleep, This is the last tool you'll ever need. So click the link below to get started and start scaling. While everyone else is walking on foot, you'll be driving to your first 10K month in a race car. One of my favorite sayings about selling on Etsy is once you start, it happens slower than you think, but then faster than you can imagine. I'll leave you with that. Check out the link below to join the AI Art Sellers Collective community and get full access to the tools. If you're curious to see what members are saying, check out the last 2 slides or comment below this video if you have any questions. And by the way, we'll be waitlisting access to these tools in the future, so get in while the doors are open. Click the link below to start scaling, and I will see you inside.